If you're watching this on launch, we're live right now on twitch.tv with Space Marines 2. You'll find the link via the description and the pinned comment. Come and check it out. Okay then guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. Today we're inside of Space Marines 2 and it is launch day, which naturally means that we've got some server maintenance that is out this morning, as well as some discussions about new players and what it is you guys need to be watching out for, some appreciation posts, and we're going to talk about the difficulty spectrum. So with that being said, if you haven't already, hit that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And we're going to be giving away a copy of the game, so if you want to get your hands on that, it's very simple. Head down into the comment section and stick a green heart in there for the Dark Angels, just to show a bit of love. These are the first real ones coming through after the first season launches. That being said though, let's see what it is that's happening inside of the game and what it is you guys have got to look forward to. So starting off, we had a tweet go out literally a minute before the maintenance, so it did rattle a few cages, but we have this tweet right here stating today, Space Marines 2 will undergo maintenance at 8 AM UTC, which happened to be a minute after they actually tweeted it. The update should take 15 minutes and it aims at solving connectivity issues, which means online modes won't be accessible for this period. Sorry for the inconvenience. Now, the way that they did this clearly means that they weren't too sure that the maintenance was actually going to happen, as they tweeted it a minute before they actively went through and did the maintenance. So hopefully this is some decent stuff actually changing. Unfortunately, still no patch notes and no sign of a day one patch as of right now, but we'll have to wait and see exactly what it is that's happening, and as soon as we've got the information for it, you guys know we'll have it up on the channel. But we are going to talk about new players doing co-op missions. This is relatively important for those of you guys who are going to have an opinion when playing on the co-op PvE missions. It states right here, please do not just haul ass through these missions just to get them done quickly. There are armory, data, and gene seeds hidden throughout each mission that you can use to master weapons, etc. If you see a teammate run off, they are not trying to go lone wolf. More often than not, we are searching the little nooks and crannies for these things. As long as one teammate finds them and extracts with them, everyone will get them at the end of the mission, and they are extremely beneficial to your progress and will save you a headache later on. As far as I know, the only way to get them is through trials and extracting them. They are not just given to you for completing a mission, you have to actively find them. Now, an edit on top of it was for those curious, the armory data can be found in the form of a little, and I mean little, floating skull with the glowing red eyes, and the gene seeds will look like a standard pickup about the size of an ammo box or health stim kit. They are easily missable if you aren't looking for them, and I've added pictures on what each one will look like in order to help players know what they are looking for. Extremely important regarding the gene seeds, whoever picks them up, the gene seed must not become incapacitated. If they are while carrying it, it becomes lost and you will be unable to get it back during the mission run. That person becomes a VIP, so make sure they stay alive and on their feet until the end. As an overall, as far as the PvE missions actually go, as long as you keep all of that in tow, you'll have an incredible time and you'll be able to level up relatively quickly. Why is it you want to get hold of these armory datas? Well, it's actually due to all of the cosmetic pieces that you guys can get. This post right here states, I cannot remember a AAA game that had cosmetics that looked like this good at launch, let alone ones that are free and earnable in-game. It honestly feels like a nostalgic blast to the past. I seriously have not felt this reward for grinding out a game since Reach. And I absolutely love this. The customization inside of the game is absolutely incredible. Now, obviously, you need to be able to obtain the armory data to be able to actually really get through those customization unlocks quite quickly, but nonetheless, it is going to be such a cool experience for you guys going into the game. For me personally, customization is a huge thing, and being able to customize your Space Marine to look completely different to others is pretty damn important. And one thing that is amazing but yet kind of worrying at the same time is launch day. We've literally just got through the early access and somebody has posted up this right here stating, I finished the game and I have had the best complaint to have about a game. Seriously, I had such a fantastic time with this game, and all I want is more. You don't even need to do anything different. Just give me more levels, same enemies, same weapons, same everything, but more. In this day and age of gaming, all I can say is that this is the single best complaint. We have unpolished, horribly optimized, and simply unfinished games being released on the daily. If the biggest complaint I have about your game is that I wanted more of it, you're doing it right. Still, please, let me see where Titus goes, and please, please don't make me wait 16 years for it this time. Please, sir, may I have some more? And for me, I'm pretty much on the same line. We are literally on stream right now, finishing off the rest of the storyline before we go back into the online mode, as I wanted to keep away from the storyline during the early access as to not spoil it for you guys. But the game itself is absolutely amazing. The storyline I have played is incredible, and everything told into it has just been done so damn well, and it seems like majority of the community do agree, although people are starting to complain about silly things. Now, one thing that people are complaining about is this right here. I love the operations, but man, this is one heck of a difficulty spike. Man, what a tough fight, huh? That was just average difficulty, and this is seeming to be a bit of a confusing one, as we're, again, still on launch day today. We've only had access to the early access, and people are expecting to be able to jump into the highest difficulties and find it easy. The biggest complaint that I've seen people having, other than the loading times, is the fact that the AI does not fight well against the highest difficulty, and that they are struggling to complete it on the highest difficulty, which is hilarious. And we saw a post go up on Reddit, because I think that actually this was a very valid one. It states right here, it's day 4. You don't need to complete the highest level difficulties. Brothers, it's day 4. It's okay if you can't do Substantial or Ruthless yet. It's okay if you can't beat the campaign on Angel of Death. Please do not let the devs nerf this game into oblivion like I've seen with many other games. We do not need health regen on execution. We do not need ranged enemies nerfed. Just play the game and level up your character for better perks if you're struggling. Practice your parrying when fighting hordes. Try some different weapons or even classes that may suit your playstyle better. Now, I agree with this, although don't agree with all of it. I do think that the health regen is a little bit of a weird one. Obviously, the white bars, aka the shield, it just drops pretty much instantly, and obviously there's a lot of end animations on this. When I say that, I mean like finishes and so on and so forth that you can utilize, but you are still able to be damaged throughout all of those finishes. So sometimes you have to be very, very careful when you're doing a finisher, just in case the horde tends to jump on top of you and still damage you, because you can't exit that animation, so you are just going to continue taking damage until it's done, and they all timescale differently. So I think there should be some sort of like health regen applicable, not even when you're attacking or when you're doing a finisher, but maybe when it's in the quieter period and there's nothing around, maybe your health could just regen in between areas. That would be quite nice, because stims are quite few and far, and they're shared across the entire team. So it's a little bit of a nightmare, but something that I think would be quite helpful, to say the least. And then we're going to finish this on something extremely negative, and something I wasn't overly too happy to report. But again, we seem to be suffering from another game that is having these traitorous scum kick at the end of the missions just before they finish. This one states right here, honestly didn't think I would have to worry about this kind of toxicity in this game, shaking my head. And yes, this is something that we are all experiencing again right now. It seems to be a bit of a nightmare, but it's something that is definitely in toll, and Warhammer really need to kind of look into it. I think that I don't know why a lot of games actually do this. We've had this with so many other games in the past. Just make it applicable past a certain point where you can't kick somebody at the end of a mission. I think that that's relatively fair. People are wasting half an hour, 45 minutes on a mission to be able to be kicked right at the end. I don't really understand it, and I'm not too sure why people do it, but it seems to be becoming a common thing here as well. And looking at a couple of your top comments from the last video, this is actually quite interesting. The first one we had right here is semi-unrelated to what's discussed, but a very fun thing I noticed you can do when fighting chaos. You don't need to shoot cultists. You don't even need to smack them with your melee. You can just walk over them, roll into them, and they get mushed into fine paste by the Emperor. I love that detail, and I do quite like like the enjoyment that people are having with this. I think that the chaos are probably one to be desired, and people will probably prefer the Tyranids over them, but I think aesthetically it's so damn pleasing, and especially is the fact that you don't really even need to attack them. It's kind of quite funny. So yeah, let me know which ones you guys are enjoying more. And we've got the next comment right here that states, the joining server bug is ruining a ton of PlayStation 5 player experiences with this game. Myself and 5 of my friends on PS5 all deal with it consistently. So it's not just with the PC, which we thought was probably the primary issue with it. It's actually with the consoles as well. So fingers crossed they managed to get this sorted, and it's hopefully something to do with what this maintenance was this morning, so that you guys can play on launch day with a decent run through. If you haven't already, make sure you're smashing that like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on, because that is unfortunately we've got time for today. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. I appreciate you all. As always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.